Hi everyone, welcome to my podcast where we're going to talk all things women's basketball and the stories that make the game special. I'm your host, Leila, Rhett, and today I've got my close friend, Faith Lopez.
Hey guys.
And she's here with me, and we're going to talk about one of the biggest stories in sports this year, the Las Vegas Aces' incredible journey to another championship title. Faith, you ready to talk some Aces basketball?
Of course, let's get into it.
We're going to be breaking down how they pulled it off, the key moments that defined their season, and why this team might just be building a dynasty in Vegas. Man, 3 championship journeys in the past 4 years. We got 2022 champions, 2023 champions, and now 2025 champions. This season has just been amazing.
Yes, nothing short of exciting. And being from Vegas, it's been so exciting to watch a team flourish and having something good to support.
Definitely. And even the roster this season was just crazy. We got Jackie Young, Kirsten Bell, Nalissa Smith, Dana Evans, Chelsea Gray, Aaliyah Nye, Megan Gustafson, Asia Wilson, Jewel Lloyd, Cheyenne Parker-Tyus, and Kia Stokes. I mean, all these players are just great names.
Yes, we truly do have a star-studded roster, but of course we have to welcome it with Asia Wilson. I mean, our first ace, she truly made this organization what it is, made it notable, and just set the tone for the expectation of what it is to be a player on this team.
Absolutely. And we got some other key players too.
Yes, Jackie Young and Chelsea Gray, Jewel Lloyd, definite huge components to this successful season and overall successful win.
Definitely, and even the new players, what they brought to the team this year. We got Nalissa Smith from the Dallas Wings. We got Aaliyah Nye. She's a rookie straight from Alabama. And kind of a newish player, we got Cheyenne Parker-Tyus, although she signed with the team in early 2025 in February. She gave birth in July, so really her debut was in September of 2025, and it's just, honestly, this is just a team full of great women, from rookies to mothers to just veterans. I mean, this team is deep in just excellence.
Yeah, and it's really incredible where everyone came from and how it just all orchestrated together, and they really just made everything so seamless. You honestly would never know all the different backgrounds and just new environments for some of these players because it truly worked out beyond anyone's imagination in the end.
So what stood out to you about the Aces this season?
For me, 100% their perseverance. Obviously, it started out extremely rocky and very doubtful from outsiders.
Yeah.
They had a 5-6 start, placing them 7th in the league, which had been the first time since 2018. So, since the first year of their inception, this was scary for us Aces fans. But, the city, we never falter in support and we pushed through. So it was good in the end.
Yeah, and with that said, do you think this year's team was stronger than last year's team?
Yeah, so obviously because we didn't make it to the playoffs last season.
Yeah.
I definitely think with all the team had to go through and all the new members coming in, I think that made for the best bond, and it probably, just taught them how to get through things, and in the end it worked out.
Yeah. All right, well, let's talk consistency. I mean, as you were saying before, they had their worst start to the season since 2018. They just struggled to play a full 40-minute game in the beginning of the season. I mean, and injuries contributed to that. We had Asia Wilson's concussion and player changes after off-season trades. I mean, that all just kind of contributed to a lack of chemistry.
Yeah, and I'm so sure with honestly 3 new players who got playtime, Dana Evans, Nalissa Smith, and Jewel Lloyd, it was probably just so much pressure to try and find their place in the team and the flow with, a championship winning team. The expectation is high. I mean, doubters and critics were there every moment of every game, so it was obvious that they were probably nervous.
However, with their early inconsistency in the season, that did come with a late season turnaround.
Yeah, I definitely think that turnaround was around mid-August or early August, actually. They were going back and forth with the Valkyries, and then on August 6th, they beat them 78-72. And after that, honestly, you see just straight wins until we get to the beginning rounds of getting to the championship game.
Yeah, they really went on to just win every remaining regular season game after that. I mean, if we're going to talk about consistency, let's just talk about that championship consistency. I mean, they were not messing around when it came to those final games. I mean, they really found a way to just focus. They all came together. There were some close calls, but they kept it pretty consistent with those scores.
Definitely a 4-for-4 sweep. And again, you can't bring this up without bringing up Asia Wilson, literally our true leader. She never scored less than 20 points in any of these games.
For real, like, despite the early struggles, the Aces were really just able to find their stride during the postseason. I mean, it was amazing.
Yes, it really was. I think the vets, Asia and Jackie, definitely consistently led the way, helping their new teammates find their place with the team.
Now let's get into Asia Wilson's MVP performance. I mean, she won the 2025 WNBA MVP award, becoming the second player in the league in history to do so. Like, that's just so great.
It's beyond impressive, considering she also opened the season with a concussion, and this season also happened to be record-breaking for her. She had the highest single-season scoring average in league history, became the first player to reach 1,000 points in a season, and had the most 30-point games in a single season.
I mean, who's doing that?
Nobody.
So with that, what was one game you thought, yeah, they're definitely going all the way?
For sure, had to be the game we attended on September 9th against the Chicago Sky. They beat them 92-61. I think that time period in the season really showed us, yeah, they got the flow. They know each other. They know exactly who needs to do what, when, and where. And we just saw it play out perfectly.
Yeah, I mean, and that game was definitely, it felt like a game changer just from my point of view, you know, being able to see their chemistry in action and just live, like, that kind of just also gave me the satisfaction of the rest of the season. Like, I knew they were going to go far. Especially being able to see Asia Wilson in person, and you could really just see the leadership, like, beaming off of her. So, I mean, how did you see her leadership show up this season?
I mean, we can watch videos and read about it all we want, but to see it translate on the court in real life really showed us how dominant she was. Obviously, we know in the final game, she was the MVP, which included 31 points, 9 rebounds, and 4 assists in game 4. That took us all the way to the chip. Yes, and also attending that game, what stood out to us was the sisterhood. This was the first time Cheyenne Parker-Tyus had checked into a game, and her teammates were just ecstatic on the bench, on the court, and she actually ended up scoring. It was just honestly a beautiful thing to see, and it was so exciting, and honestly like we were a part of the team, and that's the best feeling of having a team truly for the city.
Absolutely. And I just think the sisterhood was really there for them, and just the support system that they have with this team. Like, I would want all of these women to be my hype women in any situation that I would need them in. Like, they look like just amazing women who always uplift each other no matter what, even through the hard times. Like, just a great group of women with amazing qualities that they have on the court right now.
Yeah, I definitely think the season's adversity brought them together way closer than they probably would have expected, and obviously than any other Aces team we had seen, because this run was just something honestly historical.
When it came to the final games, I mean, I was genuinely on the edge of my seat. Like, how were you feeling?
Definitely. I watched game 3, and that 2-point difference, it was so wild. I mean, they were missing shots, they were missing layups. It was a lot, but yeah, we definitely pulled through.
Yeah, that game really felt like a journey. It honestly felt like I was there with them. Like, honestly, whether you're at the game or at home, I feel like these final games really had you immersed into the game of basketball and what these women have gone through just to get to this point.
Yeah, I was literally stone cold. I cannot imagine being on the court with that much pressure on your back. It's incredible what they did.
But when it got to game 4, man, I feel like that was just a whole win for Las Vegas. I mean, being able to watch that win, it really just felt like such a success for our city, and it was just such a great feeling. I think everybody that night was just feeling amazing. Like, I remember where I was in my living room, my whole family was watching it. It was just a great game, and we all felt like winners. I mean, where were you when you watched the game?
I was actually at Red Rock, and I just heard an eruption of cheers, and I just look at the screens, and there it was, our 3rd ring.
Our 3rd ring. I mean, it just feels good rolling off the tongue. Like, it really does.
It does. It just matches the team. It matches the players. Yeah, everything they're about.
It's a parade inside my city, yeah. That parade was so much fun when we attended. I mean, I honestly was not expecting the crowd that we saw.
Like there was hype than I thought it would be. And it also brought out like every demographic. It was really beautiful to see because I know a lot of people think of women's sports. They want to think of, women, but I saw families. I saw everyone. It was really cool.
Yeah, it was amazing seeing the crowd. It was amazing seeing just like the energy that they brought to it was right in front of T-Mobile too, so it really felt like close to home, close to the victory. Definitely a full circle moment. They also had artists like Ludacris, Maya. I mean, the performances were actually really good and entertaining to watch. Like it just made the environment even more comfortable. I mean, we were so close to the players and they were even just vibing to the music. Like it really felt like sweet.
Yeah, a true party for the city. That was my first like sports game parade, like actual like real sports. It was really cool to see, the double-decker bus with the players and their 3 trophies. It felt like we were all in on it. It was really great.
That was my first time too, and honestly I feel lucky for that to be my first, celebration in Vegas for a sports team. Like I feel blessed to be able to have these women representing our city like that.
I know, and then the turnout of the parade really showed the support that they had throughout the season. We got to see it in real life and see who was really fueling the team.
And, a key part of the parade was when, all the players, they individually got up and they gave a little speech to the crowd. I feel like that allowed the crowd to really connect with them, but also kind of just tell how they were feeling in that moment after the win. And, with Asia's speech, she got pretty emotional. She said that, we go nowhere without Becky Hammon.
And that's truly such a telling statement, as multiple players had the same sentiment, because we're not there in these moments where she has to uplift her players and make sure they continue. And obviously she's doing a great job because they're living proof.
Yeah. So now, just as an overall of this experience and, seeing their journey of them winning their 3rd ring, I mean, what do you think this means for women's sports and like the future?
I think for us who have been paying attention, this isn't news, but I think for outsiders, it just solidifies, I guess, their monetary value. People like to focus on that a lot. WNBA makes no money, but you can't say that anymore for a team that's been existing for 4 years with three rings.
Yeah, and I also think this is like a huge message to young athletes and, especially young girls. I feel like this world is evolving in so many ways with women's sports that it's going to be different than how I saw women's sports growing up, I mean, when I saw it growing up, it was so important to me. I had major idols like Serena Williams, like women like that who really gave me hope, inspiration, that drive for even when I was doing my own sports growing up. So I think this, happening in Vegas, especially, the girls who do sports in Vegas or just girls who do basketball in general, like this is really something to experience.
Yes, I agree. I think it's really opening the doors for more spaces and conversations for a whole bunch of different women's sports that don't have pro leagues. I think a lot of the issues with young women athletes is they have nowhere to go. So seeing something like this is beautiful, honestly.
Now, just looking forward to the next season, 2026, like, how do you feel about it?
I'm extremely optimistic skill-wise, but I'm definitely worried about the expansion and possibly losing some of our players. I honestly don't want to see any of them go, but I know it's a possibility. But definitely not worried because we know they can handle, a couple pieces moving around. And it seems like they have a great foundation, obviously a great coach that's able to push them through whatever. So I'm not too worried about it.
It wouldn't be a shock to see, some players that are here this season maybe not be here next season. I couldn't even pick out who at this point just because I think it's a great and solid team right now. But, I think those are the things that, fans should look out for and just, understand that might happen. So, but, they're at a great place right now. I think they're really going high with the team and they're really at a great point. So hopefully, regardless of what happens next season, they just bring home another ring.
Yep, 4 for 5. I'm ready to see it.
And that's going to do it for today's episode. Huge thanks to Faith for joining me.
Yep, I love talking women's sports, specifically Aces, with you anytime.
Yeah, and breaking down the Aces championship run. And of course, shout out to the team for making history and putting Las Vegas on top once again. If you enjoyed this episode, please make sure to follow or subscribe on YouTube for more basketball talk and behind-the-scenes stories from the world of women's basketball. Thanks for listening. I'm Leila, Rhett, and we'll catch you next time.